In this video, I'm going to show you how to make this Valentine treat slider. This is the one that I made last year, but all the items are still current. And I put a little Ghirardelli square in there. Then I made this one with some of the new items from the mini catalog this year. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. So here's the template that I made. I usually make a template when I do some kind of box or slider or fun fold, and it just really helps me, and I keep it in a little box of templates. So this template says the treat slider is 7.5 by 4, and I've scored actually the other way at 2 1/8, 4 1/4, 4 5/8, 6 3/4, and 7 1/8. So you can take a screenshot here and that'll give you the template and all the measurements. The sliders, these two pieces right here I made, are 3 3/4, this one, by 2, and then 4 1/4 by 2. And then I punched this side out with the tag topper punch, so I will show you that. So I will keep the template here as well so you can kind of see that. And I've got the piece all set and scored here. So I just fold on all the score lines and make sure they're nice and creased. And then I'm going to place it this way like the template. And then I'm going to use the Darling Label punch that's in the Darling Label box. It has a coordinating stamp set. And I'm going to insert it about that far and make sure, try to center it as much as you can this way, and then only go up to about the curve and just punch that out. And this is going to be a little notch for our slide. And so I cut out a piece of a cello bag, and then I'm going to use that to create my slide piece right here like this. And this is what's going to help the two pieces slide. So I've cut this piece, and I think it is about 9 by 3/4. And I'm going to wrap it around. Might be a little bit hard to see since it's clear. It's a little bit long, so I'm going to trim it just a tiny bit. And I'm gonna do it tight, but not too tight because I want it to slide. And then I'm gonna grab a little piece of Scotch tape and tape it together here. And so I'm just gonna test and make sure it slides. It does. And so I'm gonna slide the tape to the other side like this. And so I can attach my sliding pieces, and the tape will just go back and forth this way, and it won't go over one of the edges. And that'll just make it slide better so it's not constantly having to go over the edge. Yeah, that's good right there. So it doesn't matter which side you do. You could do this side or this side. Let's see, I have my piece right here. So I'm going to use the tag topper punch to create a nice top right there. And I am going to just adhere it right on because this is what I'm going to put the little treat on. So I don't really have to decorate it or anything. I'm going to use a strong adhesive. My favorite is Fast Fuse. And I'm only going to do a little bit, 1/2 inch. And I'm going to do it right in the middle. And I'm going to place this on the strip of the cello bag. And I want a little bit to peek out so that there's room to grab it to pull. And I want to make sure that it is centered between these two pieces right here, because when we close it up, we don't want it to be touching any of the edges and getting caught. So now this piece is going to work like this. Okay, So we've got that piece going. So now I'm gonna fold it in. No, I'm gonna open it up. And I'm gonna do this other side over here. So this gets the shorter piece. But first I'm gonna decorate it. And I'm gonna trim this down a little bit because I forgot I made it a little bit too long. I didn't wanna make it that long. If you can see in my sample, it's not gonna be quite that long. So I'm just gonna get my handy dandy mini paper trimmer that you can earn for free when you purchase a starter kit from Stampin' Up. Now through March, and I'm gonna trim this to 2.5. So this layer is gonna be 2.5, and it's just gonna go right there. And then this one's gonna be a little bit shorter than 2.5. We'll put it right here. Oops, sorry, my son's home. I'm shooting a video, son. And so I'm going to, that looks a little bit too close, so I'm going to trim this a little bit more. And I'm going to trim the other side a little bit more too. Just want to give a little bit more room. This mini paper trimmer is perfect for trimming just little edges off. Yes, that looks really good. I like that. All right, so now I'm going to stamp using the Heartfelt stamp set that's in the mini catalog that's currently available. I'm going to do the From My Heart to Yours and the little heart. This also coordinates with the heart back, two punches. These two punches right here. This is the larger scallop one, and this is a smaller heart one, and they layer together like this. So we're going to use those in a moment. So I'm going to stamp the From My Heart to Yours in Real Red. And so I got that right over here, and I'm going to stamp it, yeah, in the middle. I'll do it in the middle. And then now I'm going to stamp the heart, the little heart, in Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just gonna do it kind of randomly around the sentiment. I think that looks good. And then I'll layer these together. Using some snail adhesive. And then I will attach it to the slider. Yeah, that mini trimmer is really helping me get better layering. It's precise. All right, so let's see here. I've done it on this side, so I'm gonna want this on this side like this, right? Yes, so that when I do this over, yeah. So I'm going to put some adhesive right here with the snail adhesive. And I'm just gonna put it again in the middle and only a 1/2 inch. And this time I'm going to line up the edge and then center it again. Make sure it's stuck down there really well. And so it's lined up here, it's centered here. And then now I can fold this over and fold this again. And I'm gonna put some adhesive on this flap right here. And this time I'm gonna use red liner tape. It's super strong. It's the strongest adhesive that I have found. And it works really well for boxes and these kinds of projects. So I'm going to add it to this edge right here and just all the way down. Make sure it's very secure. Just trim off a little bit right there. And then I can remove that. And then I am going to make sure I'm not going to stick it to the sliding piece, otherwise it won't slide. I'm going to make sure I tuck it over the sliding piece right here. Oh, this way, this sliding piece right here. And if I just fold it over, it should match if I fold it over this piece right here. And so there should be two folds that just butt up right next to each other, like so. And then that gives you the dimension that you like for your piece. And so I like to have the front be the folds and not be this piece right here. And so here's the sliding part right there. And so now I'm going to decorate the front. So to decorate the front, I have a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and I'm going to trim it down. And it's gonna be a little bit less than, sorry, I keep moving my paper. It's going to be a little bit less than 4. So we'll do 3 7/8. And then I want it to be less than 2. So there's 2. So we'll trim it there. And then I want to use a piece of the Designer Series paper. This is the Designer Series paper. I've been cutting it all up, but this is a little sample pack that I made. And what's really fun about it is it not only has the foil on each page, the shiny foil, but the heart punches punch out some of the images. So the scallop heart punch punches out this image right here, and the regular heart punch punches out this image right here. So it's really pretty paper. I hope you can see the shiny foil on each piece. Lots of hearts, and the hearts there have foil. So super, super cute paper. So I'm going to use one of the heart pieces, and I need to trim that as well. So I'm going to trim this on my paper trimmer again, and it's going to be, ooh, just barely fits, even less than 2. So we're going to do 1 3/4 and hold down the plastic piece when you cut. And then that one was less than 4, so we'll start right here. And then if it's too long, I can trim it again. But let me just check. Yeah, it's too long. That's okay. I'll trim it again. It's better to have it be longer than short and not be able to trim it. I think this is correct. There we go. So now I can layer this on, and then I will stamp my heart. Get that nice. Get that centered too. Looks like I had some adhesive on my finger. Okay, so now to finish it off, I have a piece of Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp the heart, the dotted heart, in Flirty Flamingo. Super cute. And then I'm gonna stamp Love You Lots in the Real Red. Just right in the center. And then I'm going to use the heart punch to punch out the heart. Sorry, my daughter got a phone call. And then I'm going to layer it on one of the scalloped hearts that I've already punched out with this punch right here. And then I'm going to use a dimensional to pop that up on my treat slider. Let's do 2. And just place it right in the center. And you can decorate your treat slider however you want. You just add some candy, or you can add another message on the other side. So the last step is to add some ribbon. So we have this gorgeous satin real red ribbon. So you can just slip a little bit of that through the hole and snip that off. And then I used some of the really gorgeous, this is Petal Pink, and it has a metallic edge to it. It's just super pretty. So I really like using it, and I'm just gonna tie it around the real red ribbon. And then we'll have both the red and pink colors on the pole. So I'm just gonna do a regular knot, right over left, left over right. And I'm gonna try to get this to go sideways here. So I'm gonna do it that way, and then I want this piece to go this way. I'm just gonna tie it like that, pull this like that. And there we go. So you have your treat slider. You can play with it to get it to move better. But I just love these sliders. They're so much fun. You can make them as cards, but the treat sliders are extra fun because they have a little treat inside. So here's the original one that I made with the treat inside, and here are the new ones that I've made. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this tutorial. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Thanks so much.